Hey guys, let me tell you a little secret, and it might be shocking. You're gonna die. I'm gonna die. Your friends will die. Your pets, your loved ones, your mother, your father, your children. And it sounds cruel, and maybe you guys think, no, hey, what is this guy talking about? Why is he talking about death? We are so identified with our body that we think it will never happen to us. And there's actually a very famous story in the Mahabharata about King Yudhishthir, who met a divine being. It was the Lord of Death disguised. And he asked him a few questions. I think it was 100 questions. And the main question was, what is the most astonishing in this life? And Yudhishthir, he answered, the most astonishing is that everyone around me dies, but I still think it will never happen to me. I remember when I first heard this, I was it's so much truth into it. I had at least 20 people already leaving their bodies. I'm 35, and many of my friends, when I was in my 20s, they're not here anymore. And they died very young. And I never thought about it. Yeah, I could have been one of them. They were all druggies. Of course, they had a different fate, destiny, a different karma, and they did this to themselves. Obviously, when you take drugs every day, you have not a high chance to live. Some of us maybe do. I survived because of God's grace. And I never saw it like that, that I'm protected. I felt protected. I feel protected. My friends, they died on overdose, car accidents, all kinds of things, not just drugs. And in this time, when I heard about all the deaths, I started practicing spiritual life. I became a monk. And I was not really in grief, maybe for a few days, and I was thinking about them and was praying for them. But I was in this conception, I'm not the body. We anyways the soul and we come back. And maybe it was more artificial and not really self-realized, and more, living as a monk with the other monks and practicing spiritual life in a temple where we're safe and you hear the philosophy every day. But how much of that was fully realized? At one point, I remember one friend, when he left the body, I was really devastated because he was very close to me. He was like my brother. And he appeared in my dreams. And I was dreaming about him for 2 weeks. And then his brother told a friend of mine that his older brother had an accident in work. And it really hit me hard. And for a few days, I had nightmares. He came into my dreams. Then we did some prayers, we did some chanting of mantras, and then it dissolved. He never came back. Now here and there I still dream about him, and I still feel like I miss him. But what we can do is, we don't need to think like, oh, I miss him so much and he's gone, because he's actually not gone. He lives still in his memories. He is now a different body. We think maybe we die, we get burned to ashes, or we got buried in the cemetery. But actually, the soul, you, me, inside, we are eternal. You and me, this is the truth, this is the secret. We never die. We will be always there because we are Sat. Sat means we are existent. Sat also means eternity. What means eternal? No beginning, no end. So the soul itself, as part and parcel of God, of the beauty, the divine, we are part of this wonderful world. We never took birth and we never die. We only took birth in this world, in a human form of body. But in the Vedas, it's clearly described there are 8,400,000 beings, yeah? 8 million are in the animal kingdom. 400,000 human form of beings. I mean, we're very limited, we only see humans, yeah? And we think we're the peak of civilization. Nowadays, we already realize there's extraterrestrial and aliens and all kinds of things. But what are aliens? It's just human beings on another planet. And maybe they look different, maybe they talk different, maybe they have different technology and knowledge and wisdom. But in the Vedas it's clearly described. We have the Suras, the Asuras, the demons, the demigods, we have the humans on planet Earth. Yeah, this is like the middle stage. Here is everything is very materialized. Yeah, we have a very material body. In different realms, like where the devas live, the demigods, look, if we live a God-conscious life, if we give in charity, if we help others, if we contribute to society, we will not take birth again in this earthly realm. Yeah, usually we ascend to the heavenly planets, to the paradise. Yeah, nowadays people speak about the paradise and the heaven, but this is actually not the destination where God is. This is just where the devas, the demigods are, which represent God. Yeah, He gives them empowerment to take care of water, fire, the elements of the rain, of the calm of the people. So you can enter into this realm where your body is very subtle. You can change to any form. Yeah, there's no birth and death like we experience here. Everything is much easier. You don't need to work hard. You don't need cravings for food. You don't need to have money. Yeah, everything is there for your enjoyment. And this is like, this is paradise. But only if we connect with God, only if we really truly love God, then we go into the spiritual kingdom. And there you will be always young. There's no birth, no death. Because in the heavenly planets, in the paradise, in the heaven, you still have to come back. Now when Jesus speaks about the kingdom of God, I mean, I don't know, which kingdom does he mean? The kingdom in the spiritual world, where there's no birth, no death, where you're always young and can enjoy fully till eternity with God, have a loving relationship with God, and serve and give, or does he speak about the kingdom of God in the heaven? Because the heavenly kingdom is not the spiritual world. It's still material. It's less gross, it's more subtle, but still we are in the same prison. And as long as we think this will never happen to us, we will always take birth in this earthly realm because we identify with this body. We think the goal of life, the goal of human civilization is eating, sleeping, sex, mating, defending, have the best house, the best environment, go to holiday, work hard, work enough, work a lot, make a lot of money, come home after work, eat, sleep, repeat. What a life, right? And then everyone around us is dying and we just live day by day thinking, this will never happen to us. This will never happen to me. Yeah. And the other extreme would be you're scared to death all the time. The solution is to understand that my body is temporary, but I, the spiritual soul, I'm eternal. Bhagavad Gita says, can't be destroyed by water, wind, by fire, by atomic weapons. The soul can't be destroyed because we are part and parcel of God. Yeah, qualitatively, we are same. Quantity is different, but we are like the ocean and the drop. Yeah, the same qualities are in the drop, like in the ocean. So we are part of God, divine beings, having a form of Sat, eternity, Chit, knowledge, and Ananda, bliss, love, ecstasy, joy. The Chit potency is also wisdom, consciousness, awareness. And this is what we're hankering for, Nobody of us wants to die. Nobody wants to take birth again. We want to live eternal. I mean, nowadays, I just spent some time in the World Economic Forum. Don't worry, I'm not part of the elite. We had our own program there outside, and we had some nice meditations and programs. But one of the main topics is AI, and they want to connect us with AI 2030, yeah, to heal our body, yeah, to detect when there's some viruses, to help us, yeah. The peak of civilization, we need to connect with machines. And I'm using a machine right now, and I'm also using AI, ChatGPT for so many things. But if we get dependent on it, yeah, to meditate, to heal, we will lose our God-given abilities. And human beings, we have so much power. We are not just some fallen beings somewhere on planet Earth and God doesn't care about us. Actually, we are divine beings. We're very special. We can realize God in this life. We're not divine beings like we are God, yeah? But in that sense, that we have the spiritual spark within. And the body can heal itself. Yeah, all these doctors, all the pharma industry, 90%, 99%, they lie to you. They tell you when you die, they tell you you have cancer, they tell you you have to have a hip operation, your spine and this and that. But there's so many other people who say, no, I live my own truth, and they heal themselves. Yeah, it's amazing. Like, we're so conditioned by what other people say. So you can choose a life in fear, anxiety, stress, yeah, being not well, obese, depressed, always going to the doctor, believing everything they say to you. Or you turn to God and you realize you're a divine being within, always young. You will never take birth, you will never die. And when you change this body, this is just like giving up old and new garments. In the morning, you dress every day fresh, hopefully, after sleeping. And it's the same, you just change your garments. Yeah, like the baby becomes to a toddler, the toddler becomes to a child, then you become a teenager, the teenager becomes an adult, and then you become hopefully a wise sage at one point. And we not get disturbed by that, no? We're just changing our bodies, but the soul inside, we, the spiritual being, always stays the same. We actually never change. We always be the same, but if you go into it with a mature concept of life, yeah, when you're 50, 60, 70, and you think, oh, I will die soon, I will suffer. This is the program, yeah? Somebody runs this program, a computer program, that everyone has to die with 80, and from 50 to 80 you have to suffer. And we all suffer, but I know people, they don't suffer. They're 60, they look like 30, 40. They're so fit, they run, they heal, they are happy, they are never sick, because they realized, hey, I'm the spiritual being, but they still work with the body. They still do everything they need to do in order to be healthy, to be grounded, to be connected to earth. Because then the soul can fully manifest. You can fully embody yourself. And then you can live a very happy and long life. Even if the circumstances in the outside don't look so nice, but you will always be a playful, spiritual being, the soul within. And that's the beauty. The older you get, the more you realize you're the spiritual being, the more happy you will be. And you will be 80, like Srila Prabhupada, a saint from India. He was 80 and his body was not well at all. Yeah, but he was like a child, like he was so playful, and at the same time he was a wise sage. He knew basically everything. He knew God, he saw God, and he gave me and other people God. Yeah, it's so amazing, because he kept, yeah, and Jesus says you have to become like the children. The more we grow spiritually, the more our body gets older, the more wiser we get, and the more we realize we're actually not that body. We're the spiritual soul within. And this sets you free. And then you embrace your death. My guru, my spiritual teacher, he was on the deathbed. He had cancer 2 years ago. And he didn't take any medication. He was there till the end. He realized himself as a spiritual being. Of course there was pain, but he couldn't feel it anymore. And he was happy. He couldn't wait to leave this body behind, to enter into the spiritual kingdom. Yeah, that's our path. And I just make myself really amazing experiences with meditation and running and cold exposure. What I learned from Dr. Oleg Tusanov, a Russian doctor, who discovered how to live a happy, long, healthy, blissful, godly life. And it's so simple, it's so easy. If you're interested, you can comment below. I can send you the PDF. There's a very wonderful book, describes how to achieve everything you want, how to get empowered, how to stay healthy and energized and grounded and balanced, and to really clean your subtle and body and your gross material body and realize yourself as a spiritual being within. And there's so many beautiful ways. Yeah, I just wanted to tell you, you are amazing. You are the beautiful spark within. You're not this body. I mean, look at me. Yeah, I'm not the most handsome guy ever, but I shine from within because I know I'm not this body. And the more I realize, the more I manifest in the outside. And that's what is life about. Yeah, to live in the material world, but in a spiritual consciousness. And you don't need to change anything. You don't need to go anywhere else. You don't need to change your job. You don't need to change your wife or your husband. Yeah, you stay where you are. You add God, and you go deeper in spiritual teachings, realizations, and practice. And that's all. And then we can conquer death, even now. Don't need to wait till we're 80 and fear. Finally, we know we will die. And the fear comes of the unknown. No, you live every day like it would be your last. And you embrace every moment, every second. Okay, to end this video with, there's a really beautiful place. I like to come here sometimes. It's the forest kindergarten of my daughter. She's here in kindergarten. And sometimes I come here for breathwork and meditation. And in summertime, I'm coming here to record some videos. It's a very beautiful, healing atmosphere. I hope this video could help you in any way. If you have any questions, just reach out. And yeah, I have a wonderful community, Flow Beyond this material world. It's a cool community, online community where we do breathwork, meditation, where we talk about the purpose of life, the soul. And if you feel this resonates with you, please join. You find the link in the pinned comment below. And see you soon. Namaste.